dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through in the day of our king's reign. I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
you see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my actions. Yes, you said so. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right.
I was trying to look at it. Shalom, Israel. We got ISUPK started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. This is the Saturday, our ISUPK Orlando Saturday class. We at downtown Orlando Library, 101 East Central Boulevard, the third floor, room 311. If anybody in the surrounding areas, y'all can come up here and join us. We'll be here till 1. We got Star Shop in the building, and we got our brother Clyde in the building. So, you know, we gonna kick it off, you know, with saying that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And as times get hard, things get crucial, you know, your oppressor is showing his hand. You know what I'm saying? So in these times, you got to be aware of what's going on and what side you're going to stand on. If you're going to stand by yourself, you're going to stand with the Christian church, or you're going to stand with your oppressor. You know what I'm saying? So the title is Beware. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need to be aware of what the hell is going on right now. And ain't no time to be asleep. You know what I mean? This ain't the time to be nonchalant about anything. It's a time to be focused and educated on what's going on. You know what I mean? So, like, this is what we are here to do. So, you know what I'm saying? That being said, What's up, brother? Class?
What's going on? What's going on, bro?
Shalom, shalom. You got any questions for me, bro?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's get to it.
I wanna kind of go over what I saw the brother in Tampa week before last, what he was teaching as far as proper introduction and how to greet the brothers. And I've been practicing on the lettering and letters myself.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got that down because it's all if you know how to properly pronounce words or phrases. But just trying to start out from the beginning, not trying to start from the past because it's my first time in person. You know what I mean? So I feel like if I start there, got something to go on and work with, I could adapt to whatever else class being taught.
Right. All right.
That's mainly it.
So your question on how we greet brothers.
Like when I show, hold on a second, I'm sorry. I see here how I got that part of it, but then in the class, all I could do last week was screenshot. Yeah. See in the background where he was teaching. So I had kind of got in that with him, but then, like I say, my Wi-Fi was acting up real bad, so I hurried up, screenshotted it to try to practice it at home. But I'm all off. You know what I mean?
Wait, so you mean like the salute, like when you see another brother, what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, okay.
This is my first time coming into the class.
Yeah. That's no sweat. So like, what we do is what. Yeah. So like, what we do is like when you see a brother, it's a greeting, and we you see a brother, shalom, brother. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's like saying in the Most High, bless you in your name or Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? That's how you greet a brother. You dap them up. You know what I'm saying? And when you embrace like that, and with a sister, you say Yahweh Shema Elatah B'Hashem Yahweh Shah, which is to say, may the Most High watch over you. You know what I'm saying? So once you get the lingo down, you'll be able, spit it. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to do the motions and do the actions. So it's just like you saluting the brother. Hey, shalom, brother. You know what I'm saying? And like how you seen us do with that greeting.
Right.
So when you see a brother like that, you know what I'm saying? Every time you see a brother, you salute him. Like it's like you're giving them a blessing, asking the Most High to watch over, you know what I'm saying, the blessing. So like once you get familiar, once you come around more,
it'll start sinking in.
It becomes second nature. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be doing it so many times.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember I was dapping up that scene, I couldn't take 2 steps. And hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Until it get to the point to where you die, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get real familiar with it. But it's just taking steps.
Now sitting in the class, I did hear them say, Salakia when you want to speak.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, sorry to say.
Okay.
I just saying like
so now that I know what that means,
right? Yeah,
I know how to apply it. That's what I'm trying to say. Basically.
No, I got you.
Okay.
It's just like saying, because we say it in the Hebrew because we're trying to practice
the Hebrew.
You know what I'm saying? Practice our culture.
Correct.
Taking our culture back,
which was taken from us on the middle passage.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So throughout all of that and Christianity and, everything of the world. We practice it every day so it can become first nature, not second nature.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Um, our Hispanic brothers speak Spanish first,
Right.
but then when they talk to somebody that don't, they'll speak English.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we trying to make the Hebrew our first language.
Yeah, which was taken from us from the beginning.
Right. And then, speaking English is second nature. You feel me?
Right.
That's where we're trying to get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's the doctrine that they gave us to go by once they stripped of us of our original tongue.
Right. And not only that is that the Hebrew is powerful. It's the Lord's language.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So it's power in speaking your native tongue. You know what I mean? Because you could say some things that only you and another brother may know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like how you see, people speaking Spanish or Creole, or, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what the hell going on.
Exactly.
You know what they talking about. So when we could be speaking to each other, in our native tongue, our oppressors don't know what the hell we talking about.
Because the average white person don't speak Hebrew.
Right. They don't even speak slang.
At all.
So we speaking slang, they don't know what the hell we talking about then.
I mean, we do that to help someone with Ebonics. That ain't what we talking about now.
Right. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we make everything, we turn it and make it our own. You know what I mean? Just because that's our nature. Our nature is to be with each other.
Correct.
And to be separate. That's the spirit that the Lord gave us, that we turned our back on, trying to be like the other nations. You know what I'm saying? But once you start, doing following the commandments, following the laws, start learning the statutes and stuff like that, you won't want to be a part of it.
No.
Right.
See, this is the part that has been missing for me all my life.
Mm-hmm.
I looked over here, tried over there, and it's like, okay. But then, like I said, when I'm at Gabor, and we do security, he taught me in a matter of a quick 20 minutes. Like, bro, you need to unlearn and relearn and check this out what I'm trying to show you and teach you. And I'm glad I did.
Yeah, because that's that's the Lord.
Yeah.
That's the Lord where it's up to the Most High who hear it and take it serious. You know what I'm saying? That's why Christ was saying, like, if any man have an ear, let him hear. Meaning everybody got ears, you know what I'm saying? But if any man have an understanding, if you can decipher if you can understand what I'm saying, hear this message.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Take heed to what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Christ was saying. Christ knew that everybody wasn't going to understand what he was saying. And it wasn't meant for everybody to understand. You know what I'm saying? Those that did, it was because of the Most High wanted them to understand. But he taught the 12. You know what I'm saying? He taught the 12 disciples the breakdown. What we do in class, how we break these scriptures down and things like that. Christ was doing that with the 12 on his own time. So when he knew that his time was up to go do what he had to do, the 12 could continue to teach the people now to fish and to gather folks and bring folks in. But first they had to learn the understanding of what he was saying, the breakdowns of what he was teaching. So that's why we say, if you want to understand the truth, you got to be in the truth. You got to come into school to understand these breakdowns.
That's definitely why.
Yeah, because you can go somewhere else and get the wrong breakdown, and now you got the wrong understanding of what's going on.
Right.
And a lot of our people do that, like, you know what I'm saying, because of the narrative that they have about the ISUPK. But we've been established since 1969.
Which was the year I was born.
So it's been brothers on the corners, you know what I'm saying? It's been brothers on the corner teaching this when you was still in Panthers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how long this been going on. And other camps done came up, but the Lord ain't with them.
Right.
We're supposed to be one body. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's it, but not to be long-winded, yo. Like, once you start coming around more and you start practicing, you know what I'm saying? Because when before I came into the school, I used to listen to Across the Line. It come on after Thursday class. You know about Across the Line Radio?
I just they sent me they asked for a friend request, something about the round table. It's a radio talk show with ISUPK.
Yeah, it's sort of like Cross the Line Radio is like a live radio show that they do on Thursday.
Okay.
After the class, I think it starts.
That's it.
Okay, it's not called the Round Table. The Round Table is what them brothers do in Chicago.
It is right. You just say Illinois.
Right. Yeah. So Across the Line, they used to be at headquarters, which is in New York.
Okay.
But you can look at it on YouTube.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's on YouTube.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And they used to say, you know, yeah, how much I right thought, but I could never understand it. You know, since I used to try to replay it and listen to what they're saying so I could say it, but I didn't understand it till I got into class, till I got into school.
Right.
And that was just, you know, the Lord.
You was right hands on rather than trying to hear it on the YouTube channel.
I was doing what a lot of brothers was doing. Trying to learn the truth but not be in the truth.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta be
trying to learn it but not be a part of the school. You feel what I'm saying? I'm learning from the school, but I'm not in the school. You know what I mean?
Right.
So all the understanding that I got came more clear when I got into school, got into classes, start learning, start asking questions, start doing it. That's the only way that you're gonna, you know what I'm saying,
prosper.
The only way you're gonna learn, only way you're gonna grow.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. All my jobs been on the job training. So it's like
on the job training. Yeah.
You can't get it. It's the best way to get it because online courses are having thrown.
Right. You can't answer no questions, take forever for somebody to get back to you. Nah, this ain't that. This school here, we ask, ask questions.
Right.
Ask all the wildest questions you can ever think of that you think is dumb or don't make any sense. Ask them questions.
Well, you know that they say the only ones like this is the ones you don't have.
So that's how it goes.
So full of them once I get going, like I was telling brother Scholarship, right? Mm-hmm. I just kept coming across the same thing. So I'm like, you know, I'm definitely got to definitely be to the class if we can. I need new stuff to go home and read and look into and read.
Okay. Yeah, well, you know, when
I say read, but I mean learn. You know?
Well, you can't learn without reading. That's what I'm saying. You gotta read something, learn it.
Just look at the
you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, like with that being said, you know, we can get into some basics because this one scripture that I always used to read before my class, Hebrews 5:12. And that's what we're here for, man. We're here for brothers like you that come in and want to learn. Yeah, we have class, but you are the class.
Okay, I'm already on it.
All right. Hebrews 5:12 says, "For when the time that you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles and the oracles of God." So why is it saying when you want to be a teacher, you need somebody to teach you again?
To unlearn what you've been taught, to relearn the truth.
Correct. You got to unlearn that Christianity.
Yeah.
You got to unlearn white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? You got to unlearn things of the world because you might think you know something, but you don't know the truth of it.
Right.
You don't know the correct breakdown. You know what I'm saying? That's like the pastors and stuff. They supposed to be teachers, but they ain't teaching people the truth. They
not at all.
Right. They got people in there that's they faith is shaking. Some of them give it up. Some of them even don't believe no more.
No.
Everything that they see what's going on in these Christian churches nowadays. You know what I mean? And then it says, which be the first principle in the oracles of God, meaning you got to be humbled down to willing to learn the truth. You got to be able to listen before you speak. Soak all this in. Write it down if you have to. Study it. Read it yourself. Ask questions on it. You know what I mean?
Just pointed out right here, like you said.
Then it says, and are become such a need of milk. Who need milk?
Babies, someone young into trying to learn what it is they go into the class for.
Right. You said it right. Babies. You got to become as a babe.
Yeah.
You got to be just like a baby, depending on your mother for everything. Babies depend on the mother for everything. To feed, to change them, to help them sleep, to do all of that. You got to become as that babe to depend on this word to teach you everything. Depend on, your teacher or the person ahead of you to teach you what you need to know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So as a babe, don't think they know how to feed themselves, or they won't need them.
Right.
When you coming into the school, you got to be as a babe. It's a lot of brothers that come in here and think they know.
Troopers and just
not even troopers. Some of them don't even make it to troopers because they so self-taught. And what we teach, it probably goes against what they've been learning on their own. That's why when you being self-taught, it's so dangerous. Like a person that is being self-taught or being taught by a lot of people is dangerous. Because once you come into here and we teach you the truth, the breakdown of these scriptures that has been taught for years and years, it might not coincide with what you thought you knew. Now you at a conflict.
right. In your own mind, you battling on who to believe,
Right.
or who telling the truth, or who ain't, and all that.
And who you gonna choose in the end?
Right.
You gonna choose yourself. You ain't gonna choose another person that you don't know.
No.
It's like, nigga, I've been in the truth for 10 years. You ain't in the truth, brother.
Yeah.
We are the home of the truth. So to be in the truth, you got to be in here.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So when you dealing with things like that, it's best to, like Commander General Hunter say, come in here first. Come in here first and try us and see. If you think you know something, come in here and dispute it. Come in here and learn. Let us talk back and forth. Let us, put our differences aside and see if we can't, if the Lord can't convince you that this is the place. Because it ain't going to be us convincing you.
Right.
It's all the Lord's way.
Right.
So you got to be able to be a babe to just listen, understand. You know what I'm saying? Not teach. Because you need one to teach you again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I say you got to come as a baby so you can learn from the beginning.
From the beginning. And not one that need meat.
Right, but milk.
But milk. You can't feed no baby no steak. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? Take all this milk. Take all these scriptures that you need to know. Like you say, now you know what tribe you're from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you know what I'm saying, how to, the Hebrew is our language. You know what I'm saying? Now you know that the Bible is not just a religious book, it's our history. You know what I'm saying? Learn the feast days. You know what I'm saying? What days we celebrate this, what days we celebrate that. Learn what you can eat and what you can't eat. You know what I'm saying? Learn what you can wear and what we don't wear. You got to learn your culture all over again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to learn all these over, and it's not going to come overnight.
Okay.
But you will get better understanding if you come to class or you tune into class.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Until you start practicing these righteous acts and make it a part of your everyday life.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So this is the food that you need to eat to feed your spirit, to wake that spirit up. You know what I mean? This is what you need to, like, this need to be just as important as anything else you do in life, because this is what's going to bring you
That
life.
was chapter 12, right?
That was verse 12, chapter 5, verse 12. Because this is crucial to your existence. You know what I'm saying? Even like learning about Jacob and Esau. You know what I mean? That we come from Jacob and not Esau. The Lord chose. You know about that story?
A little bit.
A little bit about Jacob and Esau. But we gonna get to it. Oh, before any other questions that you got,
No.
you should.
Uh,
I'm here for you, brother.
I know. But that's why I'm taking my notes down so when I get back, I can do my thing with, just going over everything and just, start building my notes
Right.
of study,
Right.
because I know that it is going to come back down the line for me as far as I go to take the test and knowing what I need to know. And so, coming in just now, I definitely want that.
Right. All right. So we're gonna go to Genesis 25 and 20 and see why we say that the Lord chose Jacob and not Esau and Jacob's descendants. You know what I mean? And this is just, it's milk time. You there?
Yeah.
All right. And it says Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syren of Padan Aram, the sister of Laban, the Syren. And Isaac entreated for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. So she was 40. They had no children.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked the Lord to, bless his wife so she can have the child. The Lord heard him. She conceived, meaning she got pregnant at 40. All right. And it says, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. So she was having great pains in her stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And she started to question, like, well, if this be a blessing, why am I in such pain? Like, why these children, it seem like they in there fighting? You know what I'm saying? So she went and she prayed and asked the Lord, like, Lord, you gave me this blessing, but why am I feeling like this? Why I'm in such pain? Like, if this be your will, why is it happening like this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So before she even had the kids, the Lord said that these are 2 different people.
The nations of people.
2 different nations of people. They're going to be separated. They're supposed to be separated. Even by birth, they're supposed to be separated. They are not going to be together, as you would think a brother, 2 brothers would, or a family would be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is not that type of part. These 2 people are going to be separated. And it says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So it's saying that, Blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, we are stronger than all other nations in everything we do. But they keep things to tie us and hold us down because they know our strength. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it says the elder shall serve the younger. In them times, the elder got the benefits of everything. You know what I'm saying? He was the inheritance. He get all the inheritance. He get everything that the father leave him, but not this time.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord said the younger is going to reap all the benefits and the elder is going to serve the younger. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it says that when the days to be delivered were fulfilled, meaning when it's time for her to have birth, behold, there were twins in her womb. Now these are twins. Twins usually, since it was two boys, they're fraternal twins, meaning they, you know,
Right.
they ain't fraternal because it's a boy, two boys, but fraternal. I got twins.
Okay.
You know, I got two sets of twins. You know what I'm saying? So both of them, like, both sets of my twins are boy and girl, boy and girl. These are two boys. That's three. And it says, and the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Now, when it say he came out red, you got to think about our oppressor today. Like, when you see our oppressor, they have no meddling. You know what I'm saying? Wasted away is he, what Esau means. Like, because you can see his blood through his skin. You can't see our blood through our skin because we're meddling.
Right.
Now, think about this. When you see a white oppressor in the sun too long, what color do they turn?
Red.
Why do they call themselves rednecks?
Because they red.
Right.
Slap them all.
Slap them. You slap
a bruise on
a bruise, they turn red. You know what I mean?
They laugh hard. They red in the face.
They red. You know what I'm saying? This is practical knowledge. Harry. They usually hairy as hell. You know what I'm saying? I work for old oppressor, and he just every time I look at him, I think about the scripture in my head. You know what I'm saying?
And what's crazy for me is I got Esau blood in me.
Word.
My mom.
You look more like your father, though. Thank the Lord for that. You know what I'm saying? You came out on
that's my blood. You feel me?
Yeah.
See, when you got a white daddy and a black mama, then you ain't of the tribe of Judah.
Nah, you gonna look born like Esau.
Exactly.
Except for the case of Bob Marley, Lenny Kravitz, all of them.
The guy who played on Power, the big light skinned dude who I can't think of his name, but he got his daddy white too.
Who Ghost?
No, not Ghost. The guy who played with Tyree P. Henson. They got the record label on the TV.
Terrence Howard?
Yeah, his daddy white.
Terrence Howard is a white man?
His daddy white.
Get out of here.
That's why he high yellow.
Ah, man, don't tell me that.
Listen, my daddy, the color of that jacket, he born to my born right there in Charleston, South Carolina.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But
I didn't know that about Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He got a white daddy.
Damn.
Like you say, Lenny Kravitz.
Right.
A white daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So but I'm thankful. I know my daddy black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Wide nose black man for sure.
Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ for that. Yeah. So it says the first came out red, hairy, like a garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold to Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Now this is the thing, and you got to look at this with an open mind and an open eye.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they describe Jacob?
Because of his dark skin.
He came out regular. He came out normal. He came out like all the other Israelite kids.
Okay.
Dark.
Skin of bronze.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever color. He didn't come out like
red and hairy.
Yeah, like Esau came out. You know what I'm saying?
Genesis 25. And that was chapter 24.
Chapter 25.
25.
Hey, shalom to everybody in the chat. Yahweh Hashem Yashab, Barak Thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Athab Hashem Yashab to the sisters. Salaki, y'all. right? And we're going to keep reading. And the boys grew. And Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he ate of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. So it said Jacob was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. All oppressors do all of that, live on the edge, live your life on the edge type stuff. They love to hunt. They love to climb mountains.
Yeah.
They love to
Bungee jump.
do all that old crazy stuff. It says Jacob was a man of the tent. Meaning Jacob, like, we ain't doing all that. We like to chill at the house. What we call the house? The crib.
Mm-hmm.
We chilling at, bro. Yeah, I'm at the crib, bro. Come on through. We have a brew, watch a game or two. You know what I'm saying? We like to chill. Esau like to do all that crazy mess. We ain't deep sea diving trying to touch a shark,
None of that.
wrestle alligators and doing none of that stuff. That's their nature. That's in their nature. You know what I'm saying? And Esau said, all right. And Jacob saw porridge, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom, which means red. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So just like how they eat their steaks, bloody, like red porridge. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And, long story short, Jacob got the blessings and Esau didn't get the blessing. But you know what he was blessed with? The sword. Scriptures say Esau gonna gain everything he got by the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Can't nobody kill like the oppressor. He find all kind of ways to do it. Find all kind of ways to destroy people with the sword. The sword ain't just this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's everything. It's Planned Parenthood. It's the pen.
What he said on that?
Yeah, what he put on that paper. You know what I'm saying? It's chemical warfare, biological warfare. He gonna get the dew of the earth by taking it. How did the oppressor get everything? How did he get this land? Taking everything. Pillaging, killing, raping, robbing.
That's it.
That's what he was blessed with.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? We got the blessings that the Lord said we're gonna rule this earth.
If we follow his law and commandments.
If you don't, you're gonna
perish.
You ain't gonna make it to the kingdom of heaven. Christ's gonna come here and rule whether you follow the laws or you not. What we trying to do is we trying to be a part of his kingdom.
Correct.
We trying to rule. We want a crown on our head. You know what I'm saying? And be over cities and rule over our oppressors. Even if, like me, I'm thought I always say, like, even if I'm a janitor in the kingdom of heaven, that's way better than what I am now. If the Lord allowed me to sweep up the streets in the kingdom, I'll be most thankful for that.
Yeah.
Because we all deserve, you know what I'm saying, less than. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that Thopshaw always told me is, you can never repay your debt.
You know.
Not in 10 generations. You can never repay that debt. You can start. You can shave some of that down. And by the time Christ comes back, he said, you know what? Your debt cleared. Why would he say that? Because we're trying to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. We're trying to do what is right in the sight of the Lord. You know what I mean? We're trying to turn back from our ways that we've been living, that we grew up in, that our parents didn't know no better. So they didn't teach us no better. Christianity don't teach us that.
It's self-destruction that's all it teaches.
You know what I'm saying? So with this, in our look, just think about it like this. I'm in my 40s. I didn't learn this until 7 years ago. All this whole time, What was I doing? Being as a filthy rag. 7 compared to 35 years. I ain't gonna be able to make that up. You know what I'm saying?
It's all about when you was able to pick up the pieces and get in when you fit in.
Thankful of the Lord.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Thankful.
Waking you up.
It wasn't me. It was him. It was on his time. His will. He knew when he gonna be like, all right, he ready.
Just like when I was a kid, I was telling off to y'all, I couldn't get nobody to like show me anything black and black.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm going to church, I'm hand on hand, but it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing about us. So as a kid, I ain't trying to question the old girl and have the old boy hot. So, but here I am, 56 years later, getting the answers to my question.
And it be like that, bro. It be like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people get it early. Some people get it late. I'm just thinking about if I was in my 20s and I was seeing these brothers on the corner, would I have hearkened then? Would I have listened? Would I have changed my life and step away from my boys and be like, yo, I'm finna follow that? Probably not.
Because we young, we don't know no better.
We ain't trying to hear nothing about the Lord.
Now when you're in your 20s.
We chasing money and women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So who's to say that I would have listened then?
But for me, it's definitely deep because, like I said, I can't leave this earth and not be right, not know the truth. Like the old girl gave me the basics, but she couldn't break it down like this.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then when you dealing with something that's done by the past down from generation to generation, she gonna think it's the real because of what she got it from her parents.
And that's how Christianity is. It's two things. It's white supremacy and it's tradition.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
It's definitely that.
Yeah, so like you ain't learning nothing, you just learning tradition. Why we go to Sunday school? Because mama went to Sunday school.
But they know it's keeping us enslaved mentally and away from the real.
True. And I want to say this because what you said is heavy. Some pastors don't even know what they teach.
They just in it for the money.
They have to go to theological school. And that tells them what they can teach and what they can't teach.
But to stay away from.
Don't read these scriptures, stick on this. That's why they don't believe the Old Testament. Because the Old Testament tell you, like, the Old Testament goes against Christianity. Now, the reason why I say that, because the Old Testament tell you about the law, statutes, and commandments. The New Testament just reinserts that.
Right.
Because you're speaking to a people that had been destroyed. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't able to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. It was against the law in some places to even be called a Jew. To call yourself a Jew. To even practice that. To even practice being a Jew, like following the law, statutes, and commandments, and keeping the high holy days. They will put you to death. They'll put you to death for it. Let's see. It's like you said. Is that it? First Maccabees? That's First Maccabees. When they said it was unlawful for you to be a Jew.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. If it's first one. Find that real quick.
Maccabees.
Find that scripture for you real quick.
Maccabees 1. Maccabees 6.
Thoughts.
And when he saw,
Second Maccabees 6 and 6.
and the alliances.
Oh yeah, 6 and 6. You got First Maccabees 6 and 6. All right. And it says, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days.
So I got 6.
Second Maccabees. Second Maccabees.
Good.
Right. And it says, well, I'm gonna read up to it. Not long after, the king sent old men of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of God, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter, Olympus, and that the garrisons of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they desire that dwell the place. So they was trying to get them to go against everything, defile the temple of the Most High and call it a pagan god, Jupiter, which is Zeus, and Hercules, because they mythology, like that's their thing.
Right.
Greek mythology is what I'm saying, Greek. They ain't got nothing to do with us.
Because we're not Greek.
Nah.
We are people of descent.
Right. Them false gods, you know what I'm saying? And it says the coming in of the mischief was sore and grievous to the people, for the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles that lied with harlots and had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places. Meaning they was in there popping whores. They was in the temple in a holy place of the Lord, having sex with prostitutes and whores. Just defiling the house of the Most High.
So they the one. That's why they bring all that pagan stuff, Easter, Christmas, and all that over here to us,
to keep us from having a connection with the Most High. Because the way you connect with the Most High is by following the commandments, following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. That's how you get the spirit of the Most High. So they do all that to keep us down and keep us separated. You know what I'm saying?
Deep.
Right. And it says, and besides that, brought in things that were not lawful. You know what I'm saying? The altar also was filled with profane things which the law forbidded. Like they were sacrificing pigs on the altar. All kinds of unlawful things. Swine, sacrificing swine on the Lord's altar. They was just, you know what I'm saying, just disrespecting the Most High. And us too at the same time. Go ahead.
So that was to keep us thrown from the rhythm.
That was kind of like to humiliate us.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's like if somebody come in your house, you know what I'm saying, and they just do everything that you like. That's like somebody come in your house and they smoke cigarettes in your house. and they smoking weed in your house. And they come in there and they go in your kitchen and they start cooking swine and pork and shrimp and all that.
Foul in your home. Got you.
You won't go for that. You don't do none of that. You don't stand for that. You know what I'm saying?
That you stand and curse God. Because that's all you're doing.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they was doing. They was just humiliating the people and just bucking up against the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's what they was doing. And it said, neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath days or ancient feasts or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the one with curly hair running around acting like they the real Jews.
But they not. The Bible speaks on that too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So today is the Sabbath day.
Right.
Saturday.
Right. Not Sunday.
Not Sunday.
Sunday is pagan worship. Worshiping the sun God. You know what I'm saying?
That's still with Christianity though, right?
Christianity is Greek mythology, like that pagan stuff trying to mix in with our culture a little bit. But what they did was the Romans at a certain time after that, a lot of people started, a lot of our people started to turn back to our heritage. Like we were scattered. You had, just like Paul wasn't the only Hebrew considered himself a Roman.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he went and spoke in Corinth and said Thessalonica and all them other places because there was Jews living there.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time, a lot of people started to convert back to their culture, their heritage. And then you had some of the heathen people believing too, even though they're not allowed in our stuff, like to be a part of us.
Mm-hmm.
They would just, believing in, just like that woman, that Canaanite woman knew that Christ was Christ.
Right.
And he was like, he gave her a crumb because she knew who he was. So a lot of that split the Roman kingdom in two. You know what I'm saying? So in order to try to get the people back together, they mixed our culture with pagan culture and put it together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like the birth of Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because they changed our gods to their pagan gods. They changed our feast days to their feast days. To still worship their pagan, because they had two people. They had followers of Christ, and they still had people that followed the Greek mythology. So they wanted to bring people together, and the way they did it was put the two together. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they changed it to Sunday, so you can worship the sun god. That's why they changed Easter into whatever it is, with the whole Easter egg and the worship of that fraternity god that they got. Christmas, you know what I'm saying? Selling I forgot what it's called.
Saint Nick.
Nah, not Saint Nick. Is forgot that word they call it. But it's a worship of Nimrod.
Okay.
The whole decking the tree and putting stuff on the tree and all that, giving the gifts.
Mm-hmm.
We call that the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah. You know what I'm saying? Hanukkah is, where we, exchange gifts and stuff like that. But it's not Christmas.
Right.
We ain't putting up no tree. We ain't doing none of that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's that Greek, back on that Greek stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We ain't doing none of that, but we do have a day where we give. You know what I mean?
It just ain't on December 25th.
Right. That ain't the birth of Christ.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how they came up with that, to try to rule over the people. So that's just a little bit of history on that, because control or where somebody know if you can control who a person believe in, who they worship, you can control their whole being.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's what they was trying to do because they was trying to get the kingdom to be one kingdom again. You know what I mean? So that I ain't trying to move too fast. I'm just trying to answer all your questions and everything you got going. So this was way back in the Maccabees where they didn't even allow us to
Read that.
to be anything. You can even call yourself an Israelite back in them days. You could get killed. They would drag you in front of everybody, from the whole town, and kill your whole family. This man was caught practicing the Sabbath. He was called calling himself a Jew. This is what we do to people that go against the kings, whatever. And they're killed.
Yeah.
Now think about what kind of psychological impact that'll have on everybody out there in the crowd.
Yeah. They've been murderers from day one.
Yeah, they've been in the whole nations. I like reading this scripture too. I'm gonna go to Psalms.
Okay.
And let you know this thing start happening. This been happening. Psalms 83. I'll tell you what their agenda been since the beginning.
Um, 83
and 1. It says, keep not thy silence, O Lord, and hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. Because, our enemies, our oppressors, think that they don't even believe in God no more.
Not with the way they think. They showing up though.
Because they get away with all these crimes and they haven't been punished yet. So they feel like they in the right. They feel like
they invincible.
Yeah. And they don't even believe in the Lord. They say, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. That's their whole agenda. That's what they work towards. And when it said they have taken crafty counsel against thee, that's everything that they have done. That's verse 3. That's everything.
Verse 3?
Yeah, that's everything. They have Planned Parenthood, welfare, abortion, even integration. You know what I mean?
3, 4.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want us to be a nation no more. They said, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Like I was saying last week, that's what that League of Nations is. That's what the whole the EU is about. Coming together and make sure to keep the children of Israel on the hill. Yeah, they talk about other things and other things like that, but all these nations know that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Lord's chosen people. We scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. You know what I mean? So they always come together. They have always came together and joined together against us to keep us separated, to keep us broke down, to keep us uneducated about who we really are, because they always know if we ever come back to our heritage and our culture, that's it. You know what I mean? That's it for them. And then if you read on, it tell you about who it is, the whites, the oppressor, the Chinese, the Japanese, Africans, all the people in name down there. the Europeans from Russia to all of them, even them fake Jews, all of them came in together and tried to keep us, you know what I'm saying, separated and down. So you got to know that Christ came back to teach the people. Christ is a black man. Know what I'm saying? These are the things you got to know, like the milk.
Exactly.
You got to know, like, where you come from, and you got to know who you are. Just like in Songs of Solomon 5, he said, "I am black, but comely." You ever read that scripture before?
Mm-hmm. Black and beautiful.
Yeah. When they started saying that, they were saying that in the 60s and the 70s, wearing them afros, you know what I'm saying, doing all that. Solomon was saying that 2,000 years before them.
I am black and comely.
Comely just an old English word for beautiful, like you said, black and good looking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I remember you were saying that you couldn't find black history in this Bible. They wasn't teaching you that.
And no one could show me.
No one could show you that. It always been there.
They just didn't want to show me.
Either they didn't want to show you or they didn't know.
Well, it was both probably because if you know and you show, then you go on the grain, you going against the grain of what you've been taught with that Christianity thing. Because once you give a person the rest of the information that they didn't have, like I said in the hall, saying things that make you go, that's your head, like, you know, where has this been all my life?
Yeah, because
for me, that's exactly where I'm at. So it's like, okay, the old girl gave me the basics, and you know the basics, but it's still more to it than this. Like the pieces of the puzzle she gave just ain't going into the slots right. But now the puzzle is being put together. If she gone, I can't go back and tell her, look, let me show you this. You know what I mean? But
is your dad still alive?
Nah, neither one of my parents are alive.
Oh.
My old boy got killed when I was 12. So, you know, growing up in the Miami streets, I was in the streets that probably like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now masonry came along, and that's what took me out the street.
And you know, masonry is just another tool of the white man. Because Masons started off as just white. It was a white thing. Not only wealthy white people could be Masons.
But see, what I've studied and what I know about that is that they came and got that from us.
They came and got it. I know a lot of Masons and things, they practice Egyptology.
Okay.
A lot of things from Egypt.
But see, Prince Hall Masonry, we strictly from the King James version.
So what do they believe in?
As far as the God?
Yeah,
as long as you believe in God.
And what does that consist of? Just believing that there's a God up there?
No, whatever God or religion you are affiliated with.
So you can be affiliated with different gods?
I'm assuming. Because like even on our questionnaires, it's like they just ask the question, do you believe in God? Yes or no? And they leave it as that.
Yeah, but I understand that.
You see, so
but there are many gods.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And I do know for a fact that you can only serve one God.
The only one true living God.
Correct.
There's false gods.
Right.
There's other gods that the white man think he a God.
Well, see, that's what I was explaining to the brother before you walked up. Where I led up to where I'm at now. Because for like the last 8 years, I have been practicing African spirituality. You see, and I've always had my little question mark like in the back of my head because I know better somewhat to say from what Mom Dukes put me down with. And I do know for a fact that God is a just God. You can't serve no two gods. You can only serve Him.
Right.
So with what I've been doing, is this the point where I've reached in my life for me to correct that and change that about myself? Because that's why I'm here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And yeah, thank the Lord that you, because a lot of brothers just like our people want to belong in something. You know what I'm saying? Our people want to have something that they can call their own and not associated with.
Good precept would be Romans 10:1.
Romans 10:1.
It goes right on what you were saying.
Let's get there.
I don't know why I'm gonna be loud about my eyes.
The zeal of God.
Romans 10:1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer. Oh yeah, right. So that's a good precept to write down too. Romans 10:1, 10:2. It says, "For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. For they being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about establishing their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God." So, like we were saying, they come up with masonry, Masons and the Masons, because they do some of their own. Because the history of that, it started off with just white people.
Right.
But then you got blacks building up their chapters and everything. Like another good one is envy not thy oppressor and choose none of his ways. When we doing things and calling it like those, oh shit.
Oh, I ain't must class up on
No, you good. This is what we here for, brother. Hey, shalom, trooper, come on. Hey, shalom. Yeah, stop going on.
Everything cool, everything towards, sir.
All right, wait. So like when we like when we be trying to like a lot of things we do in America comes from the oppressor. Those fraternities,
I know they Greek fraternity.
right, come from the oppressor, but it's nothing but it's more black fraternity than it is the whites. The masonry, uh, Egyptology, even being Muslims. Muhammad was a white dude. You know what I'm saying? It was a white dude. Even Elijah Muhammad, his daddy was a white guy, wasn't he? Yeah, Elijah Muhammad, I think his dad was white. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we doing everything we can to fit in, to be liked by people that don't desire us. And I say that because we follow their customs. Like, how can we say we American when they say we African American?
Right.
They don't call them by, do they? In some cases, they might say Chinese American, but on applications, they don't have that.
No, they say other.
Other, are you black, Hispanic? They put African American or black. When it comes to the other nations, they just say white or Chinese. They don't say American Chinese.
American white.
You know what I'm saying? It's always a byword or, you know what I'm saying, in front of our name. Even being called a Negro, not Negro, but African American is a byword. You know what I mean? So like once you know and you start learning who you are and you start getting in these classes, you will see what we read in Psalms 83, how they took crafty counsel against us, that the name of Israel may be no more remembered. They don't remember, they don't want you to remember, black man, that you were Israelite. You God's chosen people. They don't want our Hispanic brothers, our Mexican brothers to know that. They don't want, our Native American brothers to know that. Because once you do, then you're gonna do what? You're gonna turn back to this. You're gonna come out of the churches. You're gonna start seeking the truth, like you. Like you went down your path and you went down different things, and it led you where?
Right. Full circle right back.
Right back. Yeah. Now you're on the right street. You know what I'm saying? Now you're on the right path.
So I already know it's on. Well, I'm sorry. It's like so I know it's on me to rid myself of all of that other stuff that don't go in alignment with us being Israelites.
Right. And it'll take some time. It ain't gonna come overnight.
Right.
But the more you gather yourself with brothers that's like-minded and on the same mind, the easier it'll be when you by yourself at the crib until you can call a brother up. Hey, brother, I was talking to somebody and they said this and that. And then we can reassure you about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
The more you start practicing this, the more you will share yourself for the world. You know what I mean? But the quick story, I was working, my homeboy had a restaurant. We come from the streets and we was trying to get out of the streets. So he opened up a restaurant. A restaurant, we were serving shrimp bowls. You had the shrimp, you had the lobster, you had the sausage, the pork sausage, the corn, and the egg. We were serving that. We were selling that. This is around the time I started hearing about the truth. That you're not supposed to be eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. You're not supposed to be doing this, you're not supposed to be doing that. So at the same time while I'm working here and I'm serving these people this abomination, it started affecting me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But you're conscious of what you do.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And every time I'm listening and being like, I'm feeling like guilty about doing it.
Let's stay conscious.
Yeah. And then I just had to tell my boy, like, hey, bro, I can't work here no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever reason I gave him, it was like, I gotta start paying child support because you paying me under the table, I ain't gonna do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, I started telling the people like, take your plate, but you're not supposed to be eating this. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Start telling them about the things I'm learning, and at this time, I'm like, damn, I'm sabotaging this brother business. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? I'm still like it. It's crazy you say that because I was just sitting with my cousin to the table just this week, and I said, "Cuz, you know that pork that's an abomination of God. You know that, right?" They're like, "I've been eating it." I say, "So you mean to tell me that if God telling you that defiles who I am and who I stand for, you gonna still eat it?" Because boy, I ain't even gonna lie, you fuck me up. I can't do it. He put a napkin over me. I say, listen, I love bacon, but that's where I'm at with pork. That's the only thing. That's my pet peeve. I'm fighting that off because I know better. Like when I go to Chipotle, yeah, I want that shredded pork, but okay, that's fine. In any form. I got a cousin in New York. He's 5%. He can look at bread and tell you, "Nah, they got animal fat in because I can't do nothing with that." He's been 55 years old, look like he's 19. Because he's been on that ever since. But that's what I'm working on right there. Right, that's right where I'm at. Just studying and reading to learn what I need to do away with.
Right. The more you keep denying your flesh, the stronger your spirit gonna be to fight it. But just like your flesh need food, your spirit need food.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you'll get that. Just keep denying yourself till
Right.
it becomes because like nobody like I didn't quit pork, cold turkey, or shrimp and none of that. Smoking weed. That's smoking weed is the only thing I quit cold turkey.
I could.
You know what I'm saying? Only because I had a situation going on where people got involved that it made the Lord put that in front of me, like
to help me with that.
Yeah, because it was like, nigga, you gonna risk the chance of losing your kids, or you gonna let this little tree shit
go
rule over you?
Right.
And we stronger than the plant.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That was just the fuel to be like, hell no. Nah. I'm done with that.
I pray that he take the taste out of my mouth from that every night, you know, to the point where it done stirred my bronchitis back up. That's what I was just telling the brothers when I walked from the back there up there.
And that it's a health issue.
So I'm like, so God kind of said to me, like, look, you depending on that little raggedy pump. But if I take it away from you altogether, you're going to be floating around on the ground like a fish out of water. Can't breathe. So what do you want? Do you want to breathe and let that go? Or you going to keep defiling what's right and you know better and keep smoking? So I thank God that I got a conscience. Because without that, I'd probably be out there in the streets killing, doing whatever. You know what I mean? But anybody that has a conscience, they're going to think about it. It's going to run through your mind at least. You know, hey, am I going to keep on doing the wrong thing? Or am I going to try to pray harder and ask God to lead me to the right thing?
Yeah.
Help change.
And the thing is, too, like, that's why I say, like, everything is a step at a time. If pork is your vice,
I got a couple of vices.
So we all do, brother. We all do. You know what I'm saying? But if it's both that's like dealing with your health and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a no-brainer. I get it. That should be a no-brainer.
They got alternative. They got beef bacon. Love it.
Yeah, beef bacon.
It's in Publix. I didn't have it until probably about 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe like 3 years. No, it hasn't even been that. Probably about 2 years now.
Okay.
I was eating turkey bacon, turkey everything. Like I just got tired. Somebody put me onto the beef bacon. Brother, when I tell you,
beef bacon.
You wouldn't know the difference.
So let me ask you this, bro. The chicken, one of the fowls that you're talking about,
you can eat chicken. It's lawful.
But you can't eat no eagles and
hell no.
Birds that I did reading that. Birds that cranes and stuff like that.
Why the hell would you want to eat an eagle? I wouldn't dare try to get deep fry no eagle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that just don't make sense logically, you know what I mean? Or no buzzard.
And when I get confused with the split hoof on which animals he talking about, so I can practice that as well.
Let's get Leviticus. Yeah, I ain't eating no damn eagle. Them niggas carry your ass away and eat you, know. You know what I'm saying? Buzzards, I can't stand them either. They just look like you ain't supposed to eat that. I can't stand it.
I can't eat them as long as they eat.
You know what I'm saying? But the Lord made them to clean up the earth.
Well, everybody play a role.
Right. You ain't supposed to be eating the things that the Lord.
That's the stuff in the ocean, the crab.
Yeah. That's like, you know what that is?
Sea roaches.
That's like you taking the shit out the vacuum cleaner and eating it. The vacuum cleaner is there or you taking this stuff out of the garbage disposal. Like, you know what I'm saying? There you eating that junk.
What you said, Leviticus?
Yeah, Leviticus chapter 11, verse 1. They're gonna try to kick us out of here in a minute.
I time up.
We got about 1 minute. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 1. And you can take this and put it in your notes the way you can.
Okay, I'm trying. Oh, here we go. Leviticus Really? Yeah. Okay.
The 11.
Chapter 11.
Mhm. You there? Come on.
Gone with gone.
You there? Leviticus.
Gone with gone.
Go ahead and read it for me.
Gone with gone. The book of
Mhm.
Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
Mhm.
Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat.
So whatever cloven footed with the split and chew with the cud, grass, grain, things like that.
So goat is good.
Goat is good. Goat, ox, cow, sheep, lamb, all of that is good. Go ahead.
Come will come. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
Mm-hmm.
And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
So like,
Mm-hmm.
what is the coney? What is the coney?
Let's find a definition. Let's go to the let's look it up. You can look it up, or you can look it up on your Google machine. I got it in here.
What does the word coney mean? Oh, we talking about rabbits.
Rabbits. Okay. See? And that's what with a lot of things. If you don't understand it, Google it.
Gotcha.
Look it up.
Like my son said, if you don't know how to fix it, then go to YouTube.
Yeah. Google that joint.
Okay, so rabbit. So you can't, yeah, okay. Hey.
Can't eat rabbit. Keep reading.
Gone. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
Go ahead.
Gone. And the swine,
The
though
swine,
he,
pig.
gone.
Mm-hmm.
Though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
Yeah.
These, gone.
So out of waters, anything that have fish and scales, and in the rivers shall you eat.
So basically, he's saying he's not a fish.
Eat fish.
And the split hoof that cheweth of the cud.
Anything that's in the water, like from the sea to the rivers to the lakes, you gotta have fins.
Yeah.
Right.
Both.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Other than that, you can't eat none of that stuff. So the book of Leviticus. The owl, the night hawk.
That's Leviticus on man.
The hawk, yep. The swan, the pelican, the eagle, the stork, the heron. All of that. So I want you to, when you get home and you think about your week, I want you to do some reading.
Okay.
And you can start wherever you feel like starting at to read. And I want you to write down your question.
Okay.
Everything that don't make sense to you while you're reading it, don't worry about it. Just write it down. Write the chapter and the verse.
Yeah.
And just keep reading, bro.
But is there anything specific or just open and go?
When you feel like you want to start, you know what I'm saying? If you want to start in the Old Testament, or you want to start in Matthew, just start reading. Read Leviticus. You know what I'm saying? The 11th chapter. Sluggy, sir? The feast days. That's chapter, the verse, chapter 23.
In Leviticus?
Yeah, in Leviticus. Read 11 again, you know what I'm saying? And read Leviticus 23. The whole thing. That tells you the feast days that we celebrate. And you should have some questions.
All right.
So next time I see you, Lord willing, if it be next Saturday, yeah, we're gonna go through the questions. We're gonna answer everything.
I'm in this for the long haul. I'm trying to, like Brother Gabawad said, I'm trying to own slaves when I do it.
I know that's right. I know that's right. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I mean, look how, the thing that I like the most is that with ISUPK is that the non-fear, the like the boldness in your face, like, look, we ain't taking those shorts, and we go there if you take us there.
Modern ourselves after our King, Yahushua.
Right.
After Christ.
So like he said, yeah, you gonna walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Christ didn't have no fear. Christ wasn't what the Christians make him out to be. He was a dead man. And that was a man of authority. A man that didn't play no damn game. If he said he did something, he wanted to do something, he mean it. You know what I'm saying? He was a bad man. Christ was from the ghetto. He was a hood nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Christ was a hood nigga like me and you. We come from the hood. We come from the streets. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But Christ was the one to show us how to walk in the way of the Lord without being effeminate. Like them Christian pastors try to make you to be. Like
that's why they accept all that.
Yeah, because that's their own deviance. You know, so that's their own lust. Christ wasn't like that. Christ was whooping niggas in the temple.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
they were man to be man and man to be man.
Right.
For a reason, no in between.
Exactly. So we modern ourselves after Christ. We know the identity of Christ. We know, like, you know what I'm saying, what Christ wanted. Christ didn't want no punks.
If he would, you'll put your number outside the lock again.
Yeah. You need to spell my name or something?
Yeah.
Make it.
Yeah. Let me do this.
Yeah, I got you. That's
all right, now I'm gonna spell it.
C.
Hold on. C.
H. A. N. A. K. Kana. Right. Officer Kana. All right, with that, y'all, thank y'all for hanging with me. You know what I'm saying? We here trying to educate our people and stuff. And, we'll get back with y'all next Saturday, Lord allow. Yahweh Shemin Sabrak thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Thaba Shemin shout to the sisters. Shalom.
Yeah.